Alright, so today we will be doing addition and subtraction word problems. I will show you how to do some of these myself, and then I will have some for you to do later to practice what you've learned. We have done word problems in the past, so hopefully you see something familiar here and you kind of have some memory of some of the strategies we're about to show. So when we're reading here, reading the word problem, we have to make sure we read every detail. It says a triceratops has 108 green leaves. The triceratops also has 14 red leaves. How many leaves are there in total? So we know he has 108 green leaves. He also has 14 red leaves. So we know our two numbers here, and we're going to write them vertically as best as we can here. So we have that, and we have 14. And I put that there. So now we need to figure out if we're using addition or subtraction. So it's asking how many leaves are there in total. Of course, we know when they're asking in total, we will be using addition. So this will be an addition word problem. And so when we're adding these together, we start in the ones column. So we start 8 plus 4. And we know 8 plus 4 is 12. And remember, we cannot put 12 down here. 12 will not fit. So we have to carry the 1 and put the 1 up here. And so we have 1 plus 0. So we just have 1. And 1 plus 1, which means this is 2. And since we have 2 here in the tens column, and we hadn't moved nothing over to the hundreds, we just have 1 in the hundreds. And so we bring down the 1, and we have 122. And that is our answer. So it's 122 leaves. Alright, so now we have the addition problem done. Now we will take a look at the subtraction problem, where we will have to use the regrouping. Alright, so I'm going to clear this and move down to the next part. So this one is the other word problem we will be working with. It said this, we were reading this like we did the previous one and finding out the details we need to know. It says a T-Rex gathered a total of 480 pieces of meat. He decided to eat 6 pieces. How many pieces of meat are left? And so we know from last time, we're going to look at our two numbers. We have 480 pieces of meat. He decided to eat 6 pieces. And so we know we're going to have 480, and we're going to have 6 down here. We're writing out the problem vertically. 6 down there. And now we need to figure out if it's addition or subtraction. So it's asking us how many pieces of meat are left. So it's asking are left, which means we're going to be using a subtraction problem because it wants to know how many pieces are left. So if you give somebody, you have 10 pieces of candy and you give a friend 5 pieces of candy, how many pieces of candy you have left over? That would be 5. It's the same type of problem but bigger numbers. Now we know it's a subtraction problem. We can add the appropriate symbol there, the subtraction symbol. So we look in the ones column, and we have 0 and 6, but we cannot minus 6 by 0, can we? So we're going to have to regroup our numbers. So we're going to have to borrow from this 8 in the tens column. This will become a 7, and we're going to have a 10 over here. After we take the 110 from here, add it over here, we have 10 ones. So we have 10 ones and 6 ones, and 10 minus 6 is 4. And now we have nothing else in the tens column here, so the 7 can move down here. And then we have nothing in the hundreds column, so we can move that down as well. So we have a 4 in the hundreds column. And so we know that's 474 pieces. Sorry for the little bit goofy spelling, but yes, there's 474 pieces left. So after we have done these two, and you've had the chance to look at them, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us on Google Classroom or any other means available. Now, I'm going to give you a short look at the two ones I want you to try using some of the strategy I used for this one. So I'm going to scroll down to the first one. This one is a raptor has collected 948 rocks. Of those rocks, 6 were purple. How many rocks were not purple? So that is the first question that I want you to try. And remember, you're going to want to find the important details. You want to find out the two numbers you're working with, and you want to find out what if you're using addition or subtraction for those two numbers. Now I'm going to look at the other problem, the last problem that you can try out and practice. It says the Brontosaurus jumped over a river 642 times, and the Triceratops jumped over it 2 times. How many times did they jump over the river in total? And so you want to do the same thing as we did in the other ones. You want to find out the two numbers, and you want to find out how to add them together. Once you or subtract them. And so once you have done that, we have a quiz at the end of the week, which some of these skills will prove useful on. I hope you are having a wonderful week.